Your name and address for the record, please.
John Esposito, 106 Willow Avenue, Huntington, New York, 11743.
That was, you said that correctly, Huntington, New York? Okay. Go ahead, please.
Supervisor Santino and members of the board, first of all, congratulations on the passing of the anti-tethering bill. That's great news. My name is John Esposito. I'm a volunteer at the Town of Hempstead Animal Shelter. I am here today to offer you my firsthand perspectives on the shelter based on volunteering there an average of 3 to 5 times a week with the dogs when I'm not out of state on business. By way of background, I have been volunteering in the animal rescue community for about 8 years. Prior to coming to the town shelter, I volunteered with 2 of the shelter's rescue partners. At first, I was very hesitant to come and volunteer at the town shelter because of the negative picture that had been painted of it on social media. But I had friends that volunteered there, and they repudiated those perceptions and encouraged me to come and see for myself. I provide substantial financial support to several of the town's rescue partners. I've received awards from 2 of the rescue organizations I volunteered with in the past. I maintain personal friendships with the presidents of several local animal rescues. I've contributed several $1,000s to fundraisers designed to create a pathway of success for Town of Hempstead and former Town of Hempstead dogs. I've driven a dog that was formerly a Town of Hempstead dog to Oklahoma to meet his new adopting family, who met me there and drove him back the rest of the way to his new home in Arizona. I am in the next couple of weeks going to be driving one of our longest canine residents of Towahas to his new forever home in North Carolina. I consider myself a realist and a pragmatist when it comes to rescue. I tell friends that rescue is a constant stream of heartbreak and sadness, interrupted periodically by moments of euphoria. I have fought on behalf of dogs that were being mistreated. I have led a protest against one organization that I felt did not have the best interest of its dogs at heart. I'm not a blind optimist, and I don't wear rose-colored glasses. As I mentioned, I've been volunteering at Towahas since last summer. I found the experience incredibly fulfilling and positive, and I'm surrounded by amazing staff and volunteers that band together to create the most humane, kind, and supportive environment we can based on the resources we have available to us. We would all admit that we're not perfect, but I will say this, the dedication of your Towahas team is incredible. In an environment where the shelter is under almost constant attack, these people go above and beyond to make life as good as it can be for our animals. I've actually taken a leave of absence from the 2 other rescues I volunteered at, so I can spend all of my free time at Towahas, as the resources are desperately needed for our animals. I wanted to highlight some of the recent successes that we've had, volunteers and staff working together at Towahas. We raised $3,500 to transfer a dog named Dudley to a smaller rescue in Virginia that was able to spend much more, may I continue?
You keep going.
Thank you. Spend much more focused time with him, helping him overcome his behavioral issues. Dudley is now up for adoption. We raised $3,500 to transfer a dog named Bredge to that same facility. Bredge had come into Towahas as part of a criminal case and had behavioral issues as a result of the cruelty he endured before coming to Towahas. Bredge is still working with the trainers at that facility. We helped raise over $2,500 to transfer a dog named Hawkeye to his new forever home in Seattle. Hawkeye had severe kennel stress and was on a path to a complete breakdown in the shelter environment. We raised $6,000 to transfer dogs named Baxter and Marina to training facilities. Again, they had behavioral issues and needed to get out of the shelter. They will be leaving in the weeks ahead. Volunteers have funded, bought, and or built over 100 beds for the animals at the town shelter. We have had several drives and appeals for Nylabones, toys, Jolly Balls, the latest of which resulted in over 200 donations from friends and contacts and via social media. Long Island dog parents, along with many others, have been amazing supporters of these efforts. We have developed media contacts both online and via a cable TV show in Connecticut. Our dogs have had articles written about them and have been featured on TV, and dogs have been adopted as a result. One of our volunteers has created a Facebook page which assigns willing participants to Towahas dogs for the purpose of promoting them on social media and other means. These pages have led to the adoption of some of our dogs. All this has been done with the support of the staff and the leadership at Towahas. In my view, although a shelter is no environment for any dog to live in, I believe our staff, volunteers, and leadership team take good care of our animals, and contrary to what some people say, we see Towhead as a positive place where amazing things happen each and every day. This is in contrast to the public pronouncements of others who have described the shelter as a concentration camp and the shelter director as a killer narcissist. My understanding is that the people who have said those things are now advising you on matters related to the shelter. A number of us, myself included, have come under personal attack for daring to disagree about the state of the shelter. I want to reiterate, what I'm saying here is based on hands-on, first-hand experience, and I hope you'll take that into account in considering what I'm saying. In closing, I have a prediction and a suggestion. At the close of the meeting, a video of these proceedings is posted on the Facebook pages of several of the folks here in the room today. I predict that for daring to speak out, I'll be attacked in the comments associated with the posting of today's video. I encourage you to monitor the dialogue out there and judge for yourself. My suggestion is to broaden the outside group from which you're soliciting feedback and suggestions about the shelter. I know a number of the hands-on volunteers are willing to make themselves available to participate. Perhaps someone can analyze the volunteer attendance sheets and pick the 5 or 10 volunteers that most frequently spend time at the shelter and include them in your dialogue. I know they'd be happy to give their input. All we want is to be part of a constructive dialogue.
Please try to wrap up your comments.
That's it. Closing, thank you, Mayor.